If you are job hunting without referrals, you are making a huge mistake.
I have 2 bachelor's degrees and work in retail part-time, making $1 more than minimum wage.
So really make you feel like you the problem.
What's up, Financial Hawks? So in today's video, we're going to be going over the job hunt topic on TikTok and kind of just share some of my thoughts while watching some of these videos. Let's get it.
This is your sign. If you've been like on the job hunt, you've been interviewing for jobs freaking every single day for the past few months, and you're just getting nowhere, and you're not feeling like you can actually get a job right now. But I want to say that you need to keep trying, because literally, it's took me so long to find a job, and then, I'm on LinkedIn and I get discouraged because it says 100 plus applicants, but I guess that actually just means that 100 plus people have clicked on it and not necessarily applied. But you should be looking on Indeed, because although LinkedIn has I would say, the more legit seeming jobs that are posted, Indeed has some really good legit ones too. And when I say legit, I mean real people and companies that aren't just gonna put you in these random oh, hey, do you want to interview with 12 other people in our initial meeting. I've had that before, where I join a meeting thinking it's a one-on-one, and then there's 10 other people in the same interview. But basically what I'm saying it also is on Indeed, that's where I found the job finally that I'm now working at. And one, I love the job already. It's for a nonprofit, and I'm making a lot more than I was at my previous job that closed. So for me, I'm okay, that was a win-win. But then on Indeed, they reached out to me. It was so much better. The lady emailed me or texted me even, because she had my phone number from my resume, and she just was hey, this is da-da-da, would you want to set up an initial phone call meeting? And then I had the phone call meeting a few days after, and then she was okay, do you want to come in on 2 Mondays ago? And then I interviewed, got the job, and here we are on our way to our job that's hybrid. But yeah, I just want to say, keep chugging along, because I swear, and I can just, my resume, I wouldn't even say it was even that good. It is, but in comparison to a lot of other people, I would say, I don't have a lot of certifications. I only had 2+ years of experience. So for me, I'm thinking, oh God, I'm literally never gonna get a job, but you will, I promise.
So yeah, this one, I got a lot of different thoughts on this one, but yeah, she's correct. Keep applying to jobs every single day, or at least Monday through Friday. I had to apply to over 1,000 jobs so I could get my current job. So it's definitely a wild time. She said she had 2 years of experience, 2-ish years of experience, and thought she wasn't going to get one. I say she actually is higher up than a lot of people. A lot of people, for example, trying to get into cybersecurity or maybe data engineering, for example, and we have zero experience in that field. So I feel like people with zero experience are really grinding. I feel if at least you got your LinkedIn looking good and your resume looking good, and you got some experience, I feel like you have a higher chance of getting a job versus somebody with zero experience, of course. But I'm not just saying that only having 2 years you're gonna have to get a job. Nah, you're still gonna have to grind on it. I was gonna kind of going through some of the comments on this one too, talking about some people got one person had 100 jobs they applied to, and they only got one interview, and then the person I think ghosted them. I'm that sucks. But yeah, that definitely unfortunately nowadays it's kind of more normal. I feel for every 100 jobs you will probably get maybe one interview, and then that one may not even work out correctly. So if you apply to 1,000 jobs, you may have 10 interviews, give or take. So
stop using Indeed to apply for jobs, or LinkedIn, or even company websites like SpaceX, Google, or Amazon. Applying to jobs like this is a complete waste of time. Applying the jobs on engines like these, you have to fill in the job that you want and the location that you're looking for. You then have to scroll through a bunch of listings and fill these out manually. This is a complete waste of time. Instead, you want to head over to Use Massive and check out the auto apply tool. You're going to explore job matches. So once you tell it what you want, you're going to see all of these jobs pop up. We have 201 jobs right here that we can automatically apply to. So we don't waste time scrolling through job application after job application after job application, filling out things like name, email, uploading resumes, and instead we're going to be able to apply to 200 jobs in the click of a button. Check this tool out, it's so awesome, link in the bio.
All right, so this guy is obviously selling something. He said, look, click on the link in the bio or whatnot. This one I definitely don't agree with at all. Stop using Indeed to apply for jobs. Stop using LinkedIn. Stop using all the, company websites. When I started applying to jobs like heavy, I actually applied or started using a something similar to this. It was like an AI thing where you put your resume and you put your information in, and like they're sending out constant applications out to people, sending out constant applications to people. And I will say I did not get hit by zero of those. I think I ended up applying like 100 a week. I want to say 10 a day, maybe about 100 a week, or probably even more a day, but it was like about 100, I'd say, a week. Hopefully I can still like log into that account so I can like show you guys. But I think by the end of it, maybe it was like 1,000 plus. It was like a lot of jobs. I don't include that in my actual job hunt when I talk about my numbers, just for the fact that it was just sending out my job to a whole lot of different companies and places that I actually wasn't even interested in applying to positions that were supremely higher than what I was. I had like zero experience, and they're applying me to principal and senior level, like security specialist type positions. There were some of the jobs when I was kind of going back to look to see what they were actually applying to. It was kind of like way out of my league, things I'd even heard of. They're looking for specific things I haven't even done yet. It was just a lot. They're kind of just like mass spamming it. And then after they, like for example, if they find that you're looking for a certain niche, if you're not able to get within that niche anymore, like they applied to all those, then they'll start going to adjacent ones. So maybe you might start getting help desk, for example, and other type of jobs that you're not even interested in. And again, I didn't get hit back by any of those at all. I feel like a lot of these job things like this too, they may ask other questions that you may not have answered. So you kind of already like auto filtered out. So I'm not saying like you're not going to get like zero jobs through this. Like if you already have experience, I feel like if I have experience already, I'm working 5-10 years, and then there's mass spamming me, I feel like I would have a higher chance then. But if you're like a lot of people don't really have that much experience, with zero experience, and you're trying to get into like certain fields, this mass apply or AI apply, for me, I'm not seeing that working for a lot of people, especially if you like really want to get a specific job. Like some of the jobs they applied me to when I was kind of using a similar service to this was crazy. I'm like, why am I getting applied to this? And they were applying to the jobs like 2-3 months ago. I'm like, come on now. Like, so that's another thing you gotta watch out for too. A lot of these, they're not applying to the job that just hit. They're applying to jobs like months ago. So like, you're really not gonna get it.
Hi, so if you're one of the millions of Americans currently looking for a job and your resume is pretty good, but you're getting absolutely no feedback from Indeed, it's either nothing or rejection emails. I learned recently that because my husband is looking for a job, that they take your resume and they put it into like a Score My Resume type site, and they don't read it, they don't look at anything that's on your resume, they literally look at what the score is. And we found this out because my husband's been hounded by recruiters, and he found out what website that the recruiters are using. This is it, resumeworded.com. His resume right now is at a 63. It was at a 2 before he started using this stuff. I'm not saying this will get you a job, I'm saying that it might help.